Hello, everyone. It's me, Captain Blueberry Buckaroo, aka Lancer737, and today I'm going to be visiting People's Equestrias, fighting an evil comic book villain, and looking into something extremely serious that's not a theory. I'm very concerned by what I've seen. But first, let's look at my friend code. Don't forget to add me. My friend code is right next to my name. And here we go, fighting a supervillain. Bam! Down around. Okay, claim. I was like, more rubies, but no, not really. Oh dear, did I scare you? Sometimes my temper gets the better of me. But there are more important things at hoof. Mistress Marvelous is in trouble. What? No, I'm not. I'm just, trying to stop the slippery Shadow Mane from using my lasso to steal all the Metropolis's museum's junk. It's a bad look for me. Looks like Mistress Marvelous is missing her powers, too. Can we, be of service, ma'am? Huh? Yeah. What are you waiting for? Use some unexpected dragony sidekicky powers and help me at least get my lasso back. It's so strange seeing the superhero characters, the actual superhero characters, because I'm so used to them being, colored like the main six, that when I see them in their true colors, it feels really weird. Let's see, where's their building? I know that's not their building. Where is there? It just that looks like key lime pie was like thrown into Pinkie Pie's face. And then we have she doesn't look too bad. The grayish blue hair, it kind of, it really throws me off more than anything with her. That's actually a pretty cool look, and it looks pretty close to what Rarity did look like, except for the yellow skin. It's not too bad. Sal Ranger is the one of the strangest looking ones. I mean, compared to what I'm used to, because again, context is I'm used to the main six being what they look like. I actually like Zap, but it's because I'm a purple holic. I love all things purple. She kind of has a purple lightning bolt in her tail. I just noticed. She almost has a star design in her hair. If I remember correctly, Zap's a princess, right? Yeah, she's secretly a princess. Of course. I feel like the colors are too muted for masked Matterhorn. But then you have the main six, and it's just, I feel like they look.
Sugar Cube? Are you all right, Sugar Cube?
They look better. Yeah, everyone was telling me her eyes are messed up. Yeah.
We sure like making some new
She's
friends.
learned the arts of Daredevil and Batman to be a superhero, to use her other senses to fight villainy.
Friendship is magic.
Yeah, I'm too used to them looking like that. It just looks so cool to me. They look cooler to me for the most part.
Hey, darling.
And we have to go to the Rainbow Dasho. Oh, wrong house. Guess that's the problem with having them all crammed together. There we go.
Needs to be 20% cooler.
If you say so, Rainbow Dash. If you say so. Last two. Oh, Pinkie Pie's doing a mission. She is singing as Sal Ranger, and she is on the prowl, looking out for the evil Nightmare Jack. Because if things go bad, she's going to use her nightmare powers to make an army of exploding poisonous monster apples. It's going to be worse than the sentient apples before. Oh, better get those rubies. And then we have Z Pinkie Pie.
I win again. Hello?
Yeah, like I said, I feel like it's more natural when you see them colored like that. It's so weird to see them what they're really supposed to look like. Now, anyway, let's get to a couple neighbors. Next, we have Volcanic Story. Or not really. Hold on a second. I'm going to pause this until we get to a place we can go to. Next, we got Caring Pants. Don't forget to add Caring Pants. Their friend code is right next to their name. And their place looks very, very nice. it looks like it's going to be close to being ready to be set up to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. I love this section over here. This is probably my favorite section in the game. I just noticed there's the you can, I guess you can call it a temple, but I was gonna say throne room for Nightmare Moon in the Nightmare universe. So it's kind of odd that I picked this without even noticing that specific element of it. But the whole place looks great. I really love it. Poor Starlight Glimmer. She can never catch a break. Ever, ever, ever. Do any of you feel like it's strange that she did not become Twilight Sparkle's apprentice and next princess? I feel like she should have been, especially because how naturally powerful she was. Well, that's that. Carrying Pants, you did an amazing day. You did an amazing job. Peace be with you. Good luck in the campaign, and have a happy new year. Next, we got Nubia. This place looks fantastic. It looks like they set it up for celebrating St. Valentine's Day, and it looks fantastic. I really, really love the work they put into this. I might have trouble picking a favorite spot, and that's no joke. That is no joke. Looks like they're starting to have the same problem I'm having, though, where they just had to compact a bunch of buildings together. And we really, really need those map extensions, and I don't think we're getting them. Eventually, we're gonna have to literally just have everything like that and not have any cool details at all. I hate to say it, but I think that's what's happening. That's cool. They actually fit the building on this small island with some trees. Didn't think you could do that. Wow, this place is just really awesome. If I were to pick a favorite spot, it's gonna be hard, but I'm drawn to this section. Everything that's on the screen here, that's my favorite section. I love how even more integrated into the woods it is. And I love the buildings that they chose to create the wooded royalty area. Could have worded that better, but that's pretty much what this is. It looks really, really nice. You did a great job. Peace be with you. Good luck in the campaign, and have a happy new year. Next, we got Crystal and Kenton Gay. I think we are, this will be the last one for today. I should not have focused so much on the power ponies, but unfortunately I did. Anyway, this place also looks very nice, very wintry. My favorite time of the year. That and fall. It's hard to say which one I would like more. Hard to say. Because it is one thing that I don't like is ice that's sleeted over walking areas. But at the same time, I love ice and snow. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about any of that stuff during fall. But then again, you do have to rake lots of leaves and then burn them, and that gets annoying. This is a very nice place. And if I were to pick a favorite spot, I believe, ironically enough, I'm drawn to this section. Everything that's on the screen here, and it's kind of funny, the centerpiece is Rarity's home. But I really like what they've done here in this section. The buildings they chose and how they stylized it with the specific terrain pieces they picked to be around those buildings. I really like it. I really, really like it. You did an amazing job. Peace be with you. Good luck in the campaign. And have a happy new year. Now, you know what time it is. And no, it's not a pony theory, but yeah. Here we go. So this link was sent to me a long time ago, and I want to say I'm sorry to one of my viewers that comments often. I'm very grateful for you doing that too. I got zero notifications that they had sent me this link, and also I want to make a retraction to one of my previous videos. It was a theory about Twilight Sparkle being Sunny's mom. I guess something got lost in translation, and they didn't say that specifically, that that was what the video was about. I got it wrong, but still, it was kind of funny how it played out, and it was a nice song to listen to anyway. But yeah, this is about MLP is Disney now. Let's see what MLP Fever has to say. I'm not familiar with them.
Hello everyone, it's Cleo here, and today we're going to be talking about whatever the heck this is. It raises the question, what does this mean for the future of MLP crossing over with Disney?
Something wrong, Mr. Ventura? Of course not.
Trust me, that was my actual reaction to seeing this. I was sedated for many days. I'm now able to feel my tongue, which is good because I almost accidentally swallowed it. In all seriousness, this I would not want Disney to ever own MLP. If you're more interested, if you're interested in seeing what MLP Fever has to say about this, you can later. I'll let you do that, and we can talk about this elsewhere. So here's the thing. Over the years, Disney has been buying up lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of different properties to be able to appeal to everyone. It's kind of strange because at one point I agreed with them doing that because they wanted to appeal to everyone. They felt like most of their properties actually only appealed to girls and stuff like that. So, I was like, oh, cool, you're going to buy Marvel, that's fine. And then, I felt like buying Star Wars 2 was too much. I was still optimistic, though, until I saw that they had J.J. Abrams come in to make Star Wars. I don't like his storytelling style at all. He had made a remake reboot series for Star Trek, and it felt like it was taking more from Star Wars to make Star Trek. And his excuse for making a new continuity was because it would give him more options to make new stories. Lo and behold, instead of doing that, he just makes remakes of previous stories. So it's like, what was the point then? If your argument was like, I want to do a twist on older stories, I would be like, oh, well, I mean, that sounds interesting, I guess so. But to flat out be like, I need room to make my own original stories. I need this to be a new continuity. And they're like, okay, go for it. And he's like, first things first, second thing first, after the first story, I'm going to make a remake of Wrath of Khan, essentially. Maybe it's a little bit of an exaggeration, but it feels like a remake of Wrath of Khan. It has elements that didn't happen in Wrath of Khan, but still, there's lots of elements that were in it, especially copying essentially what's a meme from Wrath of Khan of one of the characters screaming Khan, and it's like. Then he got into Star Wars, and lo and behold, he did flat out essentially make it. For example, the first movie is Episode 7 that he made. It essentially is Episode 4 2.0. How can we make this a better, Episode 4? That's what it felt like. Now, Episode 8 can't be blamed on him. The guy that made it is like, and I saw the recording too. I want to make a movie that is both hated by half the audience and loved by the other half, because then it'll be controversial and people will like it. And it's like, are you a freaking... You're not supposed to make half the people purposely hate. And the story for Episode 8 was absolutely terrible. I hate to say it. There's the very few good things about Episode 8 was seeing Imperial TIE Fighter pilots kick butt. But some of the things you'll hear people complain about that film, I actually disagree with, especially involving physics and space. That I disagree with. But everything else is true. It was a terrible story. I didn't like Finn in Episode 7. And that's the terrible thing too about Disney. The people they have running their PR, if you don't like a single thing about their stuff, they'll claim you're racist or evil or something like that. I just didn't like how he handled Finn. But that's the crazy thing. Finn was actually really good in episode 8, excluding the parts where they made him a comedic psychic. I hated that part. But like he was doing very meaningful, awesome character development stuff in episode 8, and they also mess with them. And then they get to episode 9, he practically is barely in the film. They might as well just not had him created at all. It was stupid. But episode 9, yeah, episode 9 was essentially episode 6 2.0. A little bit, let's make it better. But with the stuff that we saw happen in episode 9, it essentially became made this trilogy the Dark Empire trilogy in video form. Dark Empire is a really good set of stories for Star Wars, just so you know. Yeah, that's where we're getting now. Mickey Wars, thanks a lot, stupid mouse. Anyway, they regulated most of our favorite stuff from years past into secondary canon. A lot of people say it's non-canon. It's not non-canon, it's secondary canon. The fine details are things that could become non-canon on a second's notice. There is a difference between the two. But it's like they did that to give us really bad stories. Oh, and then don't get me started on Marvel, Disney, Star Wars stuff. A lot of this might go over your head, but I have to mention it. They've done like even worse in the stupid comics to the point they made a story where they're showing the Galactic Empire and how they produce all their weapons and stuff. They established one planet in a gigantic galaxy. The Star Wars galaxy is a lot bigger than a normal galaxy. It even has a bunch of micro galaxies that rotate around it. It is that huge. One planet in this entire galaxy is what builds all the weapons and vehicles for the Galactic Empire. That is both insane and stupid at the same time. It's insane that one planet would have the production capabilities to do that. That's amazing. If they had more than one, they could outproduce just about every faction in any other fantasy and sci-fi setting that's not Star Wars. But it's incredibly stupid because it's like, well, we're just going to have the one planet because as the story showcases, once the Rebel Alliance found this one planet, it was all over for them. That was just so stupid. I don't like where Marvel's going with a whole bunch of stuff. Case in point, some of the Marvel stuff has been incredibly awesome. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely have loved the Avengers films themselves. I don't like Iron Man 1. I did like Iron Man 2 the most out of the 3 Iron Man movies. I don't mind some of the TV shows. But it's like my absolute favorite characters is where the trouble's coming in. I'll get to one of them in a second. One of my absolute favorite superheroes, actual superhero, not just a Marvel character, but superhero is Carol Danvers, and I'll get into her. I'll get to her in a second. Problem was, for the longest time, Fox still owned a bunch of Marvel properties, and so when Capcom asked them if they could make another Marvel vs. Capcom game, an extraordinarily popular fighting game series. I would love to make more videos of this one. They were told they were not allowed to use any X-Men characters, and the reason being is because even though Disney still owned X-Men for the comics and games, they couldn't make them for the movies, and so their strategy was to make everyone either not care and or forget about X-Men. So a lot of the popular X-Men characters that had been in the Marvel vs. Capcom series for the longest time were expunged, weren't allowed to be in it. That made a lot of people angry, and then this I wasn't upset with. Another condition was that it had to be the MCU version of Marvel that's put into Marvel vs. Capcom 4. Again, I didn't mind that, but other people did mind that. My only issue with this specific thing was they dropped the ball in the 4th Marvel vs. Capcom movie. The 4th Avengers movie. Because, spoiler alert, Doctor Strange's friend Juan who technically is the Sorcerer Supreme at the moment, he brought a giant army of reinforcements to help them fight Thanos and his army. Well, because they took the time to have the cinematic universe cross over with Capcom, I feel like they should have had at least a couple of Capcom characters also show up as reinforcements. It would have blown people's minds, especially Mega Man, which Mega Man X is in this picture with the Marvel characters. But we're going to get into more serious issues than that because this is just minor stuff. One of my absolute favorite characters in Marvel is the Punisher, and Disney / Marvel hates this character a lot now. They don't like that a lot of people in the military and stuff use the Punisher skull emblem, and they're obsessed with stuff involving guns. And so they have a recent thing going on now with the Punisher where it's like he's contributing to gun violence, so we're gonna take away the skull because military people use it. We're going to change it to a demon skull. We're going to make it so he only uses knives now because the gun's bad. I don't think the people in Marvel realize, though, that Navy SEALs and a lot of Special Forces people and ninjas, because he's a ninja now in this story, use those to be silent. And there's been a lot worse incidences involving knives, lots worse than guns. In fact, there's one case in China where one guy, unfortunately, horrifically, was able to end the lives of over 100 people real fast. And that's one of the big differences between a gun and a knife. You can hear a gun even if it has a silencer. You can't hear a knife. And if you get someone the right way, they don't even scream. I know it's a horrible fact to know, but as someone that uses knives a lot, you have to know knife safety and stuff like that and things that other people can do with a knife. And if anyone teaches you martial arts and they teach you how to deal with someone with a knife, here's a quick tip from me, and you should take it from me over anyone else that might be teaching you about stuff involving knives. You see someone with a knife, do not go near them. Do not fight them at all. Doesn't matter what someone told you, what martial arts skills that you have. It's not true. Just wildly slashing you, if they don't get any arteries or anything, you can die really fast. So it's kind of stupid what they did here with the Punisher. And another thing, because of their hatred of the Punisher, he's not allowed to be in newer stuff. So there's controversy if he's even going to be in the MCU anymore. A new game miniature series came out for Marvel, and they're not allowed to use the Punisher because of the stuff going on with him now. Going back to my favorite superhero, Carol Danvers, they have a weird thing going on with her. For some reason, they don't like attractive women in Marvel. Not to say that there shouldn't be unattractive women. It's natural to have that, and also, there's preferences and stuff like that. But it's like they're obsessed with drawing her like a man. It's a weird thing. This is from one of their comic book issues. The one on the right, that's actually her. The one on the left is what she used to look like. She's a very powerful, really cool written, voluptuous character. And like they don't like that. And it's not that just because they made her not voluptuous or beautiful anymore. They changed her soul. She's a courageous person that's been through a lot, and there's a lot you can learn from Carol Danvers when she's Miss Marvel. And she has to deal with the darkness that's in her. She used to be an alcoholic, and she has incredibly powerful abilities, and she can sometimes become a Blood Knight. That's a term that if you want to find out later, you can look it up yourself. But there's a lot of character to her. And then when Disney took over, they took a lot of that away, and then she became an evil person. She did horrifying things. Now, they've retconned a lot of that. She looks more like herself now, and she's not evil like she was, but we'll see. What I was getting at with a lot of this is that I would not trust Disney at all, let alone to have control over My Little Pony. I'd be terrified of what they would do to My Little Pony. They would just wreck everything, wreck the lore, and put stuff in, propaganda stuff in, that's terrifying, that's tearing multiple countries apart, I would hate it with a passion. Hopefully this is just an Easter egg that they're going to have in it and they didn't get it. But a long time ago, they actually did try to buy MLP and all of Hasbro if they couldn't get MLP. And so far, they have not been successful. Let's just hope they don't. Anyway, this has been an informative video. Peace be with you all. Have a good day. Have good luck in the new campaign. And hope to God that they don't have Disney buy MLP. I would not like that at all. I love the characters, how they are. And I don't want them to be Disneyized with what Disney does nowadays. Anyway, peace out.